crack of dawn. Here we are at the Hillstead Museum in the farmhouse, right on the highway, right?
Yes.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Here's Christina Purbeck. She is a fantastic chef. And I thought, you know what, let's not paint today. Let's learn how to cook. She's been on my show before. We were outside in the garden learning about the chickens, having fun. But now we're here in the farmhouse. And they've invited me to their beautiful home here, the beautiful property at the Hillstead Museum. I don't know how to cook, and you are very good at it.
Right.
So I said to her, do you know how to make popovers? Because like at this, you know, you go to a restaurant, they give you the bowl of rolls. I don't want the roll. I want a popover.
Yeah, they're
Do you know
easy.
any restaurants around here that serve a popover?
I don't.
So she's going to show us how to do a popover. So how do we do it?
Okay.
So excited.
I have a popover pan, which I highly recommend. You could use a muffin tin. They're just not going to rise as high. So it's been in here about 5 minutes, my popover pan inside the oven. Okay. So you got to get it hot. Everything has to be hot and room temperature. Remember that.
So I see the popover thing. When you cook cupcakes, do you put the thing in before the cupcakes?
I don't.
Okay,
just
but popovers you have to
need
start.
to do
Okay,
that.
you got to start them first. I didn't know that.
So I have 4 eggs, room temperature. That's important. You want it room temperature. Nothing is cold in a popover.
Now you have chickens on the property, right?
We do.
Are these chickens eggs?
No,
They're not laying anymore?
they're not laying because it's cold and it gets dark early. So, okay, so
So it doesn't matter what kind of eggs. Just
no,
whatever.
white, brown,
okay.
whatever. And so I'm gonna mix the
You
eggs.
use a whisk. Okay, you can use a fork if you don't have a whisk.
Yeah,
okay.
you do easy.
All right,
It's
so
just
she's
I
whisking
happen
it
to
up.
have this. You want it to, it's like a smooth golden
I love
color.
popovers.
Yes, me too.
I love them.
Did you know that popovers are also can be called Yorkshire pudding? And
You made them the other day for Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah,
For
so
Christmas.
you can use pan drippings and put beef maybe at the end of it, at the bottom of the popover pan, then put the popover, so it's like more savory. But I like the traditional. Okay, so that looks nice and smooth. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add 4 cups of flour.
Any kind of flour? What does the unbleached flour mean? Is that a big deal? I mean, I've seen it. And I'm like, what does that
fine. You can use bread flour.
Okay.
I've never tried whole wheat flour, but flour is just flour.
Okay, it doesn't matter. What if people are gluten-free? Is there a gluten-free flour you can throw in?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. I've never tried it, but I'm sure there is.
Okay. So any kind of flour. This is good. I'm learning how to make popovers.
Measure 4 cups. And we're going to add 3/4 teaspoon of salt. Now this is the magic. Like if you leave the salt out, these aren't going to rise because some type of chemical reaction happens right now. So I'm going to do
No
that.
yeast, right? Nuh-uh.
No yeast.
No yeast.
No.
Okay.
So we're going to mix this.
Just gonna mix
so
it up.
kinda
This is perfect.
That's all you need.
Meanwhile, she's got chicken stew going in the background, which we'll look at later. But,
So room temperature milk.
okay, room temperature. What kind of milk,
2
Kim?
cups whole milk.
Whole milk. Okay, so it
Best.
has the red cap.
Yeah, so we're going to
Okay,
add
got
that.
that. Whole milk. Okay.
I'm going to stir that.
Do you ever get the Highland Park Market milk, or do you just get whatever?
I get whatever.
Whatever,
Whatever's
okay.
on sale. All
Okay.
right. Mix that
Okay, oh,
around a
this
little.
is amazing.
We're
I
gonna
can't even
add
believe
the
it.
eggs. The eggs are the magic. That's what makes everything steam. Like the protein from the eggs really make it great. And now I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of butter. Just
And
mix
don't
it in
forget, Christina has also been on my show about bodybuilding. So she's a bodybuilder, and I asked her, why are people so afraid of bread?
Well, you have
Especially
to watch your carbs. So there's
Okay.
there's healthy carbs. Like my carbs, when I'm like being
Shredded,
good,
you call it.
I'll do sweet potato, brown rice. You know, that kind of healthy carbs, not processed white flour.
Got it. Okay.
If you want bread, like multigrain, whole wheat, that's a lot better.
Okay.
But I like sweet potatoes and brown rice as carbs, really.
Okay.
You want to get this so it's nice and smooth. You can see it's taking a little while to...
Now, what if you have one of those fancy $200 blenders? Do you use that?
You
or
could,
just,
yeah.
So you can,
Yeah.
you can pour it right in?
I know. I'm very rustic. We're living in a
That's what I like.
1704 farmhouse. So
Look at the house. It's
We're-
gorgeous. I can't even believe it here. Don't you love living here?
I do.
Dave's, he's filming us. Thank you, David Perfect is our cameraman tonight. We love it.
My
Oh.
husband.
Yeah, he's doing our filming, which is great. He runs the ground here. How many years has your husband been running here?
Dave?
Like 45 years or 40? What's a big celebration?
25.
25? Seriously? 25 years. God, do you have a lot of people on the property trying to sneak on? Yeah,
Yeah,
not so many. It's
We
usually just people trying to enjoy the
we
view.
discourage that.
Yeah, we all love it here. I'm gonna go behind her because I've got to see how to make
Okay,
these popovers.
the hot popover pan just came out. I like my popovers to be,
Oh, and it's hot. Like if you touch it,
yeah,
it's gonna burn you. Okay.
you. Yeah, this is the
This
magic.
is perfect,
this is the secret.
Dave. Perfect that he's filming because you can't see.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
So what we're trying to do is I really love, I mean, I love my show on Nutmeg TV, but I'd like Christina to have a show on Nutmeg TV. And she has one on YouTube, which is similar.
Yeah.
But it's fun to have, have public access television and people actually watching your show and enjoying it.
Yeah,
Especially
absolutely.
people with, right now, everybody's out of work and you can't afford all these channels. And to have public access is free. It's
This is a
fantastic.
very inexpensive recipe. Did you know that popovers originally originated from England in the 17th century? That's how old this
Oh, I
popover
didn't
recipe
know.
is from. And
So
it
the
was
queen might serve them. Yeah,
yeah,
in England.
absolutely. The first known recipe was I think 1875 was the first published cookbook, and like 1850 was
And
the
popovers
first
wearing them.
buzz about it. Was like, imagine that, 1850. They're talking about doing this.
I can't believe this. And so if you want to make double,
Yeah. You
oh now
just
did you have to spray them so they don't stick?
No, because this is a non-stick popover pan, so.
Okay, so if you don't want to ruin your coffee cups, get the non-stick popover pans. She said they were like $12 on Amazon.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
Okay, this is good. I would get a couple because I love bread so much. But I'm the person that I get the roll at the restaurant and everybody's like, oh, she's anorexic. She's only eating the outside. And I'm like, I don't want the inside. It's
Yeah.
like Play-Doh. I like the crispy outside. And then you dip it in the oil and all that.
Exactly. These are light and airy, and
Oh, this is so perfect.
okay, we're gonna
believe
set
this.
that for about 35 minutes.
Okay.
Put the timer on.
And then we can talk about the stew that you're making on the side.
Absolutely.
So 35 minutes.
About.
Do you put your oven light on so you can see the pot rising?
After, yeah. I'm gonna give a few, like toward the end, I can tell.
And then one question for you. What's the taboo about everybody not, don't open the oven until
Okay, so what you don't
when
want
people
to
try
do.
to peep?
Yeah,
like-
when you try to peek, you're letting a lot of heat out and air in, and it'll just, like deflate everything. And you don't want to be like having kids jumping and running in here. It'll deflate. They're very sensitive. They're very light and airy, and there's like a magic that happens, and they're so light and just so crispy and fluffy. So you
So
don't
that's
want
why
to
they
disturb
probably have an oven light, so you don't
Yeah,
be tempted
right.
to open it.
And
Okay.
I bet you that's why.
That's
they
probably
do
why,
it.
because I'm always peeking and then the
Yeah.
whole thing goes down.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
Don't do it.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
So while those are cooking, Christina's also taught me how to make, she's a bodybuilder, so when she's working out and getting shredded is what she calls it. This is a Weight Watchers recipe, right?
This is a Weight Watchers recipe that I came across. A friend mailed it to me when I started my cooking blog that I'm still working on back after I had my daughter Rachel
Yep.
back in 2008. And what I love about this recipe is just, it's so easy.
It's a crock
The
pot,
crock
right?
pot, yes.
What does a crock pot cost? I mean, I have one, but I can't remember. Cheap, right?
Very cheap. I
$20,
think
$30?
Yeah, like that.
$20,
It's-
$30
yeah,
Walmart,
They
you
make
go
digital
anywhere.
ones, which I used to have. I made the mistake of ordering this on Amazon.
So the
thought-
digital would be like the 350, 400 kind of thing?
Well, no, it sets it itself. It was just that it would have a warm setting and it shuts off on its own. Whereas I have to manually shut this off, which I want to go back to digital. But it still works. What I like about this recipe is just like a dump and go. You can do it before you go to work in the morning easily, within 2 minutes, I would say. So what I did
Okay.
was, before I put anything in here, I used one large sweet potato, a big one, and chopped it up into pieces. And then I bought from Stop and Shop the pre-cut butternut squash, just a very small package.
Butternut squash, what does it look like? It's like a round...
Orange, and yeah, so it's already cut.
Does it look like this? It's skinny
Yes,
and then it goes big?
yeah.
Okay, I know what it is.
So the
Terrible
grocery
cook.
stores will sell the smaller packages, maybe a 12-ounce package of pre-cut, which makes my life a whole lot easier, not peeling the butternut squash, right? Baby carrots and...
How many baby carrots? Like a little bag that you buy?
the
Like
little bag.
$1.99? Oh, perfect. I mean, this is great.
Yeah, and make sure you have some rosemary. And then I use
Crushed?
a package.
Crushed? It doesn't
Crush
matter.
it. I like to crush it myself because I couldn't find crush.
So
but
you just
I
squeeze it
just
up a
like,
little bit?
2
Okay.
tablespoons, at least 2 tablespoons, and then like for
Can't
good
even
luck I
believe
add a
this.
little bit more.
Yes.
Salt, pepper, and baby bella mushrooms sliced.
I forgot
Okay.
baby bellas. Okay.
So to my vegan or vegetarian friends, just omit the chicken, and I use chicken broth, a box of that, if you're vegetarian, just use vegetable broth. So you have
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about
delicious
that.
stew. You know, you can add whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
So what I did first was I opened a package of chicken tenders, put it on the bottom,
Those are the skinny ones that are already banged
yeah.
up. Okay, so
put
the
them all
skinny
down. Then I put my butternut squash package, open that up. Put the baby carrot package, a smaller one, put that in.
into the top. Okay.
Did my sweet potato chopped up, put that in. Had my rinsed off Baby Bella sliced mushrooms, put that in.
Do you ever use a can of mushrooms? Or you can.
You can, yeah.
Okay,
That'll
but
be
they're
fine.
nicer.
That
Okay.
would be fine, yeah.
Okay.
I like everything fresh.
And the baby bellas are the ones that are brown,
Yeah.
not white. Okay, got
And
it.
then they're sliced, yeah. You could slice, like I had to
Slice
do
them
today.
yourself,
Like
okay.
today, for some reason, I went to the grocery store and they only had one bag or one package of Baby Bella mushrooms whole, which I got. I don't know what, it was like a mushroom day today. Where'd all the mushrooms go? Seriously.
I can't believe it.
They had 2 packages on the top shelf of portobello, a huge package of sliced Baby Bella, and then just the Baby Bella like whole, and I had to like slice it.
So you
That's
had to
all I
slice
had.
it up,
I mean,
okay.
I was like, what's
But
going
this
on?
is a pretty affordable dinner right here.
Oh,
Your
hands
ingredients
down.
are like under
Hands
$10.
down,
Yeah.
absolutely. So,
Or $10.
yeah, after I added all the veggies and the chicken and the chicken broth, I put it on high. I started later today for 5 hours.
5 hours is how long
It'll be
you have
done.
to cook
It'll
it?
be done in about an
It
hour.
won't be dry? No.
Oh no! All the liquid and the juices.
Really?
I'll let you have a peek.
Okay, this is so fun, and it tastes great.
Yep. Don't want to
Does
leave
Evan like it? Yes, right?
Yes.
He likes it? He
Yeah.
does?
Yeah.
Evan, I can't believe
it. My
it.
teenager. Yeah, my
So
15-year-old.
he knows how to build a computer.
Yes.
Yeah,
He
we're
does.
gonna all be living in
I'm
the
gonna
projects.
go ahead. I'm
Evan
gonna
will own it.
have serve this over egg noodles and that delicious like broth and the veggies and everything.
You can serve it over whatever you want.
You could use rice, mashed potatoes, but egg noodles just hold better. Is my favorite.
Do these cook the same as regular noodles? Like you boil the water about 6 minutes later?
That's right. That's like, well, what does this say?
Like 6 minutes
8
al
to 9
dente?
minutes.
Okay, so a little longer.
I'll drain it and then I'll have it on the side. You don't need to add butter or any seasoning or olive oil or anything because the sauce is going to go over it like a gravy. And
This is the sauce in it? You don't have to add tomatoes. So no. Okay.
It's so flavorful. So
I can't
that's my
believe
chicken
it.
stew. Yeah.
Now, when you're boiling pasta, I hear that people say add some salt to the boiling water
I
or
do.
add some oil.
I do.
And it makes it less stick
I
together.
do.
You do
So
it?
oil and salt. Yeah.
And these are expensive or no?
No.
Pennsylvania Dutch.
Extra wide.
Extra
You can use
wide egg
any one
noodles.
you want, but this is just what Dave and I grew up on. Like,
Really?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
this is amazing. I can't even believe we're here right now doing this. This is so crazy.
Better
I
than
can't
painting.
cook.
Yeah.
Well, I thought, you know what? We don't need to paint on the crack of dawn. Let's like introduce somebody else. Like she's gonna have a cooking show. She's gonna be hopefully. Hi everybody, Joni. Joni's our real boss.
Yeah.
And Brian and everybody that works at Nutmeg TV. I mean, she's a blast. And I mean, I don't know how to cook, so I mean, I would definitely put her channel on and learn something in a half an hour.
It's just so
'Cause
easy.
this is all it
it's just
takes.
easy recipes. Because I work as a dental hygienist.
Oh yeah, I forget that.
I
Dental
work long
hygienist.
days. I work long days, and I just want something easy. So a lot of it's crock pot or just throw together real quick. You saw me in 2 minutes. I put together a pop.
Do you ever bring in recipes for the dentist, your boss?
Oh.
Like little leftovers and stuff?
Well,
Here
I
and
do
there?
it actually for the dental assistant because she's a foodie, and so I'll text her and say I'm bringing you lunch tomorrow.
And
Don't
she
feel
loves
bad."
it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
so-
gosh,
yeah,
that's so
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
So I can't believe this is 5 hours. And she said she actually puts the chicken in raw. Like a lot of times when I'm doing crock pot, and I'm terrible at cooking, but I put it all in together. And Tony will say, you know, you can't put the meat in raw, but chicken's different, right? Because it
No,
cooks
you can
faster.
put any meat in raw because it's all the
Really?
heat is going to kill any microorganisms or bacteria
yeah.
or anything. The heat's going to kill all that off. It gets to a high heat.
Do you ever take the top off and stir it up?
No, you
You just
really
leave it.
shouldn't. I did that, so I'm gonna have to add probably 10 minutes from what I showed you.
Just
You
like
don't-
opening the oven?
Yeah, same thing. Just like just
Oh,
don't
I
do
didn't
it.
know that.
Don't do it. Like I think 35% of the heat is lost when you take the lid off. Like I just
Really?
did, so I'm gonna add a little bit more.
Okay,
time.
so you'll add
Yeah,
about 10 minutes.
10 minutes or so, yeah.
And do you add any flavoring at the end?
No,
No,
everything's
no.
all seasoned.
I can't even believe it.
So let's see.
So let's check the popovers. Popovers
They're
are my
just
favorite food.
Starting. So
Yeah,
we
I'm a
still
carb.
we still have 27 minutes, but
And you can't really buy popovers in the store. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can't go to the bread aisle and say like,
No.
do you have any? You can buy bagels, you can buy everything, but you
Yeah.
can't buy popovers.
no,
It's
right.
like, And my favorite restaurants always have popovers. I
Yeah.
bet you the Millwright does.
I don't know.
Fancier restaurants have the popovers.
Popovers.
Sal, listen up.
Classic. You go to any type of like tavern, old historical taverns.
True, it's true.
Like the
they
Sturbridge
do.
Village Tavern always has popovers. You know, it's just like it's a rustic recipe.
I
That's
bet
why.
the one in what's the one in the Griswold Inn? Have you ever been there?
Oh,
I
yeah.
bet Dave knows, right?
Yes, I know.
I mean, I bet
that-
they have popovers.
That's the kind of, they have game food,
Anything
like
that was a
popovers.
stagecoach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Very primitive.
But Jay
classic.
Timothy's, hi Jay
Yeah.
Timothy's, we
Yeah.
love you, but you need popovers.
You need popovers,
We
and they're
love
so
popovers.
easy. They're just so easy.
We love Jay Tim's, yeah.
Yeah.
So they go to, you know, speaking of all sorts of things that they like, they also, Dave likes the craft beers, and my husband does too, but he's trying to lose weight, and Dave doesn't have the problem. But, yeah, the craft beers are great, and he likes the, what is it called, Treehouse.
Treehouse.
So we're plugging Treehouse, and they don't care on Nutmeg TV, but Treehouse, I mean, he loves Treehouse.
Yes, it's his favorite.
So it's so
yeah.
funny. So like I go to the store and I'm like, what am I gonna buy for Tony? And he's like, Coors Light, and I'm like, oh God,
No,
mix
no.
it up, get something better. But it's just like cooking. It's
Yeah.
the same thing, you know,
Yeah.
when you like a good wine or
Yeah,
good food
right,
or
right.
good something. And the kids like all these recipes.
They love my food. Like, especially my 15-year-old son. He smells the food cooking.
He just walked by and
He
went
did.
like this.
He's like, I know that's
Yeah,
why I
you
can't.
can
You
see
smell.
it.
You can smell the
I can't
food.
believe it.
He's always like, what's for dinner? And I tell him, he's like, mmm.
I can't
And-
believe it. Now, while we're on the same thing, I noticed Christina mentioned something about Yorkshire pudding because she put it on some social media, and I was
Yeah.
like, she must have filled. So, how do you make Yorkshire pudding in the popover?
So if you say did like a roast beef or a tenderloin, anything chicken that has gravy, traditionally Yorkshire pudding, what makes it different from popovers is that you take the savory like gravy and maybe some shaved meat like from your roast beef.
Do you just
put it
pop
at the bottom.
top off?
No, you just like put it on the bottom.
Oh, before you pour it in?
you pour it in.
Oh.
Then it is like more savory popover. So it's got like meat in it and like gravy. I know some people who have added like cheddar cheese at the bottom of it.
Put it right in like what we did when we were pouring it?
Or to the batter, you can add. I haven't tried it yet. I'm just, really experimenting with these popovers. The new thing for me.
I
As
love
long
it.
as bread making, I've been making a lot of breads. You can put in more savory spices. You can do some Parmesan, garlic, rosemary. Different herbs to make it like an herb type of. So that's my next experiment. So
And the middle of the popover ends up empty, and the outside is like the crust.
The inside is like a crepe pancake. It's
I
very
love.
soft.
You know what? Exactly like a crepe. Yeah.
like a crepe, and the top has just a little bit of a nice little crunch to it. So
What a great recipe! I'm so glad I came
know.
that I came over because I mean I terrible cook. Tony's great at it, but you know what? He's not coming on TV. So yeah, it's just so great to be here. And then Dave, what do we got for minutes? I always tell people Joe is always my camera
18
guy.
minutes.
We got 18 minutes left, so let's go. So we're doing the popovers. We are at the. Should we do a Christmas walk
yeah,
around? Should we?
sure.
Okay, so what we're doing is, it's like me teaching from home. It's a total invasion of privacy, but we're going to invade their home.
Come see the farmhouse.
We're going to come see the farmhouse.
Yes.
So we're going to go this way. And this is the beautiful property that you see when you're going on the highway. You can't really come in that way. You have to go all the way through the back off Mountain Road. But it's just beautiful. What's the year on this home again?
1704.
1704.
And look, Dawn, your paintings over here.
Oh, my painting. This one's good too. I know her.
Yes, that's
Yes,
another local
yes,
artist.
yes. She's fantastic.
Yes, yeah.
Irina.
Yes,
She's
yeah.
like Russian. Yeah,
Yeah.
Irina's fantastic.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
did the Farmington High School cards to
Yes,
raise money.
yeah.
So it's great to see artists. Dave, I believe, built this.
He did.
Which
He
is
built,
unbelievable.
Dave builds furniture.
So Dave built this, which is crazy. How did you do the tin thing? You poke holes in it?
I just bought them online.
And then you put them right in?
Yeah.
8 by 10 or whatever they are?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Christmas looks here. I mean, unbelievable. Everything goes. They decorate to go with the style of the farmhouse. We're going in here. This is all original, right? Pretty much. Yeah.
It is.
So this was all here. And would this be considered the front door back in the day, even though
Yes.
you don't use it?
Yes.
Do you ever use the front door?
No.
And what kind of a lock is this? I mean, this is like prison style.
Old.
It is? This here? And it has a skeleton key? Do you still own the skeleton key?
It's here.
It is? I can't believe it. So, as you can see, usually people that cook good, decorate good, dress good, all of it. On our last episode, we did something very similar to this, which is pretty easy. If you watch the episode, you can see. This is primitive art, 2D, very easy, but very cute. And this is a piece of slate. You can buy it at AC Moore. It comes with this. Paint right over it. That's Kimball, so that's a really expensive one.